electrical.
Now, your local news on Central Oregon's News Channel 21 at 6.
Firefighters work to contain a wildfire burning east of Prineville. Good evening, I'm Molly Hendrickson. Glad to have you with us tonight. It started around 10:30 this morning near Post, Oregon. Central Oregon dispatch officials say the 5-acre fire destroyed a small shed. It is burning on private land and is about 70% contained. The cause of that fire is under investigation. Meanwhile, 8 other fires continue to burn in Oregon tonight. The largest is the Double Mountain Fire, which has grown to 19,000 acres and is about 10% contained. The Blossom Complex fire, burning 25 miles northeast of Gold Beach, is now 848 acres and is also 10% contained. The Wasson fire north of Medford is 1,200 acres and 70% contained. 6 miles north of Klamath Falls, the Simpson fire continues to burn. It's now 1,500 acres and 10% contained. The Skull Springs fire north of the Burns Junction is 600 acres. In the Wallowa-Whitman National Forest, a 150-acre fire caused the Lookout Tower to be evacuated. Southeast of Dayville, the 200-acre dry cabin fire is burning and is 5% contained. Several cabins and structures in the area are threatened. And finally, the Burnt River Complex, burning south of Sumter, is 240 acres and 10% contained. Fire officials say thunderstorms are expected to move into Central Oregon this evening and could spark additional fires. Time now to toss things over to Christian for a first check of weather. Are we going to see those thunderstorms, Christian?
Well, Molly, outside we are looking at a few thunderstorms that popped up this afternoon, mainly along the Walker Rim and up towards Newberry Crater. We saw some cells here in parts of northern Klamath County, and those have spread up to the north here. We're actually looking at a little bit of light rainfall outside here in the city of Bend, but the good news is this, the cell that we're looking at over the city has started to fizzle out, although we did see some lightning between here and Newberry Crater. I'll have an update on the thunderstorm situation coming up later in the show. Molly, back to you.
All right, thank you, Christian. Hopefully we won't see too much lightning tonight. The family of Sung-Koo Kim, the man who was once suspected in the disappearance of Brooke Wilberger, is suing. The family is suing 2 cities, a county, and nearly 40 policemen for $11 million, claiming their Tigard home was unlawfully searched. The lawsuit claims police used excessive force and that the search caused the family to suffer shock, fear, anxiety, humiliation, and mental and emotional pain. Family members say they were handcuffed during one search, and Kim's father, Ju Kim, was shot with a rubber bullet. 19-year-old Wilberger vanished in May a year ago from an apartment complex near the Oregon State University campus. Despite a massive search, no traces of her have been found. Suspicion focused on Kim, who was accused of stealing thousands of pairs of women's panties from college dorms in the area. A legislative session that began with high hopes for education is ending with a fizzle. Legislators are likely to agree on a budget, a few mid-range schools-related policy items, and little else. School advocates have greeted the $5.2 billion for public schools over the next 2 years with resignation and relief that the final number wasn't any lower. Some districts budgeted on the assumption of a lower number and won't have to make cuts in the school year they had planned for. Higher education did better. Tuition probably won't rise more than 3% a year for the next 2 years after double-digit increases of the past few years. With the recent drowning of a Bend Elks player, Bend police want to remind rafters drinking alcohol in the river within city limits is illegal. Today, several deputies from the Deschutes County Sheriff's Office along with the Bend Police Department patrolled the river. Officials say they are trying to educate people about drinking and rafting. They were also warning people about wearing life jackets, which is required in a raft that has more than 2 chambers. But some people did not get off with a warning today when they were caught carrying an alcoholic beverage.
This area of the river is being heavily utilized. We've observed alcohol being consumed. We've seen the littering along the shores. We've had complaints that people are under the influence. And quite frankly, we had a drowning here last week, and we need to be out here and we need to enforce some of those rules.
Officials say officers will be patrolling the river on jet skis for the rest of the summer, and if you're caught drinking alcohol, it'll cost you $250. Street racing is illegal and potentially dangerous, and the Madras Speedway is trying to get teens and adults off public roads and on their racetrack. Racers can compete in several events, including sportsman, sprint, and pickup categories. Kids between the ages of 12 through 15 can race in the junior division. Owner Scott Arnold says it's the best and fastest family entertainment in Central Oregon.
For me, when I got into racing, the family all got involved, and my wife and kids all came to the races with me. And it's a fun thing to do as a family. It brings us together. There's not a lot of things that you can do as a family anymore.
This is the 6th season the Madras Speedway has been open, and Arnold says close to 1,000 people come out during each race. Races begin at 6:30 on most Saturday evenings. This season starts in April and ends in September, and admission to watch the race is $8. For more information, call 389-7518 or log on to madrasspeedway.com. It can save lives and help people when disaster strikes. 9 volunteers had an 8-hour class today to learn how to drive the Red Cross emergency response vehicle. Locally, the truck is designed to provide mass amounts of food and supplies to people who have been evacuated from their homes due to a fire. It will also help provide food and supplies to our local firefighters while putting wildland fires out. Today's class allowed volunteers to practice driving and learn everything they need to know before heading out to help people.
I think public service needs to be a component of everybody's life, and the Red Cross is a really good way of being a public servant or public service.
For more information on how you can volunteer, call 383-4630. Coming up after the break, a major step forward for the shuttle Discovery crew today. Astronauts completed their first spacewalk, plus 2 children are dead after being burned or drowned. Up next, how police are saying it happened.
The solution to your landscaping challenges is in your own backyard. Yard debris you bring to Deschutes Recycling is turned into a rich compost, perfect for enhancing Central Oregon soils. Compost provides vital nutrients to your soil, decreasing water, fertilizer, and maintenance needs. The U.S. Composting Council seal of testing approval ensures that this amendment is free of weed seeds and pesticides. Deschutes Recycling's compost and Biofine compost is available for pickup at Not Landfill or for delivery. Call 388-1910.
Get ready, Central Oregon. It's jam-packed fun at this year's Deschutes County Fair and Rodeo, August 3rd through the 7th, presented by Les Schwab. Sunday is brought to you by the Bulletin and Eagle Crest and features Wristband Day. A wristband is only $18, and you'll be riding free from noon until closing. The rodeo kicks off at 1 p.m. Show up a little early for best seating. Be sure to bring your family for a little old-time good time at the Bulletin's Family Fun Zone. Get ready for the 2005 Deschutes County Fair, presented by Les Schwab.
Robertson Ford announces the Ford Family Plan for everyone in Central Oregon, from Madras to Lapine, from Sisters to Prineville. The best place to take advantage of this unprecedented offer is at Robertson Ford. No need to drive anywhere else for your new car except Robertson Ford. Get the best deal on a new Ford, Lincoln, or Mercury vehicle with the Ford Family Plan and get it from Robertson Ford. The best selection is right now. Don't wait. Sale ends July 31st. Robertson Ford in Bend and Prineville, where value and promise is delivered.
Central Oregon's local alert weather, the most complete, accurate, and local weather coverage. In Central Oregon, weather can change in a minute, and from Madras to Lapine, conditions can be very different. That's why local alert weather is focused on Central Oregon. We give you a weather forecast that's just for your area, so you'll know what to expect. Central Oregon's local alert weather. Watch it on News Channel 21.
Welcome back. Police are investigating a bizarre murder case in Yonkers, New York, where 2 toddlers were killed by either drowning or scalding. That's what's topping our look at news beyond the Northwest tonight. 2-year-old Elijah Santana and his 1-year-old brother David Maldonado were unconscious when police arrived yesterday at their apartment building. Police say the toddlers were left alone in the bathroom with the hot water running in the tub for hours. Police have arrested the mother, Luis Arroyo, and charged her with criminal and negligent homicide. The father of one of the boys, David Maldonado, has been arrested and charged with second-degree manslaughter. Investigators say the water was ankle deep in the apartment and the walls were steaming. A 13-year-old Connecticut boy is missing after what was supposed to be a fun night of watching baseball at Yankee Stadium. Majalik Lewis went to the restroom during the 7th inning of the Yankees-Angels game Friday night in New York, but his mother says he never returned to his seat. Lewis's mother reviewed the stadium's security tapes but did not spot her son exiting the stadium. Authorities continue to search for the boy. An Ohio man escaped from a kidnapping by using his cell phone to text message his girlfriend. Robert Balser II was held in captivity for 26 hours and taken to Florence, Kentucky before he escaped. He sent text messages to his girlfriend in Ohio letting her know he was okay. Balser contacted local police and let them know he had escaped from the abductor. 36-year-old Troy Mary has been charged with kidnapping and receiving stolen property. He is scheduled for a preliminary court hearing on Monday. And finally, flooding occurred in parts of Charlotte, North Carolina today. The flooding came on the heels of heavy rainstorms that have hit the area since Thursday. The extent of the damage caused by the flooding is still unknown. Several cars had been flooded and some roads are inaccessible. Sunday's forecast for the city calls for more showers. A major step forward for the Shuttle Discovery crew today. Astronauts spent almost 7 hours outside the spacecraft during the first spacewalk of the return to flight mission. Jay Gray has the latest.
Amazing pictures from space during perhaps the most glamorous and surely one of the most dangerous aspects of Discovery's mission, walking and working in space.
The biggest shock to the system is coming out of that hatch for the first time. A lot of people experience vertigo. You come out and you see the Earth spinning and you feel like you're falling. I've had crews in the past tell me that that handrail right above the hatch is dented from people hanging onto it.
That's worked great for me.
Astronauts Soichi Noguchi and Steve Robinson seemed to adjust quickly. The team spent almost 7 hours tethered to the spacecraft. First, practicing new repair techniques on heat shield tiles and wing panels. The astronauts worked only on samples and never touched any of the minor damage areas on Discovery. The pair also replaced a global positioning antenna and repaired a gyroscope on the International Space Station. Both the astronauts and NASA engineers said the work was flawless.
It just went fantastic.
So well, the pair finished their assigned tasks ahead of schedule, providing extra time and space to begin new experiments and get up-close pictures of areas on the shuttle that were damaged during liftoff. Those photos will be analyzed by engineers on the ground, but they don't expect to find anything that would prove to be a mission-altering problem. In fact, if everything goes as planned, the Discovery crew will likely spend an extra day in space. The extra day would be used to offload equipment and continue repairs on the International Space Station, something that is much more important now that future shuttle missions will likely be delayed. Jay Gray, NBC News, Johnson Space Center.
You're welcome. Back here closer to home, it was another beautiful day. Up next, Christian Boris will be here to tell us if we can see some thunderstorms tonight. Stay with us.
Hey guys, are you water smart? We are. If you are, you can win dinner for you and your family at Taco Time.
It's easy, just come by Taco Time.
Pick up an entry form, write down your best ideas, and drop it off at Taco Time. Winners receive a $20 Taco Time gift certificate.
Be water smart, just like us.
Help save water and be a water smart kid. Stop by Taco Time in Bend for details. No purchase required.
Help keep Oregon beautiful.
News Channel 21 is sponsored by your Northwest Ford dealer.
Now, Central Oregon's local alert weather on News Channel 21.
Hot day outside, but we do have some cooling showers here in Deschutes County as we're watching what is the remnants of a thunderstorm that formed over Newberry Crater, now moving to the north. Right now on the north side of the city of Bend. We did have some lightning with this storm earlier when it popped up over the volcano down there, and we had some lightning strikes between the city of Bend and Newberry Crater, but now that storm is starting to fizzle out. Also looking at some thunderstorm activity over Christmas Valley right now in parts of northern Lake counties, and temperatures reflecting, providing that fuel for the heat for the storms here. As we take a look outside, at our current readings, 90 in Burns, 94 in Redmond, and currently 86 degrees outside at Lakeview. 94 out at Roberts Field. Winds are out of the northwest at 18 miles per hour. And as that storm passed through Bend, we actually cooled down a bit because of those downdrafts and some of the light rain outside. But the good news is not a lot of lightning at the time right now. We still have about 90 in Prineville and still 99 degrees up in the canyon near Warm Springs. It's definitely a hot one out there. They were in the low triple digits outside, but today's highs, here they were. We had 93 in Bend, 94 in Lapine, and 96 the afternoon high in Prineville. Another round of thunderstorms for tomorrow. Here they are popping up on our satellite this afternoon. The northern extent here right over the city of Bend, but what we're looking at to our west is a cold front. You notice how fast those clouds are moving. The air and upper layers of the atmosphere drawing in from the south, and for tomorrow that flow will increase, meaning more moisture in the atmosphere and probably a more widespread event as some of this moisture runs into the hot air east of the Cascades. So looking at some more storms in our forecast tomorrow west of the Cascades. Should be partly cloudy up towards Portland and Eugene. Thunderstorms, though, over the Cascade Crest and also here east of the Cascades, with temperatures once again hot outside in the 90s, about 94 in Burns, 92 in Lakeview, and that's where the thunderstorm activity will be tomorrow from the Ochoco's south towards Chemolt and back east towards the Steens. So our forecast tonight, things are winding down as we lose that daytime heating. Those thunderstorms will fizzle out. Just a few clouds outside tonight, and as a result, temperatures a little bit warmer out there in the 50s. But a more widespread thunderstorm event for us tomorrow. Local alert forecast showing thunderstorms popping up tomorrow first down towards Crescent, Lapine, moving northward. And a lot of that thunderstorm activity is going to first fire up over the higher elevations as you go along the Cascades. So out towards Sisters and Camp Sherman, expect a few thunderstorms there. But as you get into the more flat terrain, looks like those thunderstorms will fizzle out by the time they get up towards Madras, Maupin, and Warm Springs. A hot one out there tomorrow with temperatures in triple digits, but thunderstorms over the Ochoco's, Powell Butte tomorrow, looking at a widespread event with temperatures once again in the low to mid 90s, 92 here in the city of Bend, 94 in Redmond. And our 7-day forecast shows that the storms clear out Sunday night, and then behind that, a cooler shot of air. Look at the temperatures on Monday and Tuesday, cooling down into the mid 80s. So beautiful forecast for the first half of the week. It looks like by Thursday and Friday, could be back into the low 90s, about 92 on Thursday and 90 on Friday.
All right, you know, we complained about the cold weather, but it's nice to see some warm weather, but it's hot.
Yeah, it's a little hot out there, but it looks
it's
like
hot out there, it's hot in here, it's hot.
Monday might be nice.
All right, hopefully not too many thunderstorms.
That's right.
All right, thank you, Christian. Alex, what do you have for us tonight?
Well, there's some strange coincidences regarding last night's Bend Elks game and their fallen teammate. And Tiger had a career day yesterday. Can he even come close to it today? And is VJ up to the task of holding him in off? Details next in sports.
Millions of American families rely on Ford. Right now, Ford invites you to join the Ford Family Plan and pay the same low prices our employees and their families pay. Until August 1st, you'll get our discounts on the entire family of Ford trucks in stock, including F-Series, America's best-selling trucks for 28 years. Now get an F-150 for just $25,016. That's just $25,016 for a built Ford Tough F-150. No hassles, no gimmicks. Visit your local Northwest Ford store today, and welcome to the family.
The Pottery Olympics provides most of the bowls for Kokan's Empty Bowls and invites potters and volunteers to call 548-2380 to take part in this great event. The Great Drake Park Duck Race, benefiting numerous children's charities, will take place Labor Day, Monday, September 5th. Ducks are on sale now at any branch of the Bank of the Cascades.
Watching Central Oregon's News Channel 21.
Despite Thursday's tragic death of second baseman Michael Wilhite, the Bend Elks decided to finish out their season. Last night was the first game they played since the accident. Now, Wilhite wore number 5, and at the start of the 5th inning last night, the Elks had 5 runs and 5 hits. The final margin of victory for Bend, 5 runs. The attendance, 955. And the final out, a ground out to second, Wilhite's position. So you can call it coincidence if you want, but here's another. Thanks to the donations and the Elks giving all ticket sales from last night to the newly created Michael Wilhite Fund, that take from just last night's game, over $5,000. That's just getting curiouser and curiouser. The donation jar will also be out tonight. Donations can also be made at the Bank of the Cascades. Highlights of tonight's contest against the Mount Hood Cardinals at 11 o'clock. To the majors, the Mariners taking on CC Sabathia and the Indians. Ichiro's had good luck against CC, and it continues. Ichiro, second career homer against CC. gets the M's out of the shutout and brings them within 1. Then Ichiro at the plate in the 6th with the game tied.
Swinging the bat.
And that's his 3rd career home run against CC. That gives the M's the lead. Ichiro also had career hit number 1,058, the most ever for a player in his first 5 seasons. Mariners win it 3-2 thanks to the I-Man and have a chance to take the series tomorrow. The American League West first place Angels taking on the Yankees. Yankee pitcher Sean Chacon, well, he's having issues.
And down in a heap.
It's all right. Top of the 8th, Juan Rivera. Man on for him. And looks like it goes off the end of the bat, but then it goes over the center field wall. The Angels would take a big lead, but the Yanks would make a comeback and have the bases loaded in the bottom of the 9th. That's your visual proof right there. Hideki Matsui, the game-winning 2-run RBI single. Yankees win it 8-7. So the Angels' loss meant that if second place Oakland could get past Bobby Keelty's fro, they'd be within 2.5 of those Angels. Bottom 4, bases full for the A's Jay Payton, and he must have eaten at Denny's because that's a grand slam. A's take a 4-3 lead. They're still in the 4th. Scott Hatteberg had a bat and a man on, and then they're both coming home. 6-run 4th is all the A's need. But they work it anyways, 9-5. Oakland's won 30 of 37 and are within 2.5 of those Angels. Tiger Woods started round 2 of the Buick Open at 1 under par. And when yesterday ended, Tiger had tied his personal best career round with a 12 under 61, including a four-hole stretch of eagle, eagle, birdie, birdie, and had pulled within a shot of the lead. But that leader was Vijay Singh, who's gunning to be the Buick's first 3-time winner and the first back-to-back champ since 1965. Before today's round.
To start the day.
What up, Vij? Yo, Tig, how you doing? All right, Vijay setting a Buick Open record by being 22 under. After 3 rounds, he had a 9 under 63 today. The putt of the day, however, from Tiger from off the green on 13. I believe the approximate distance to the cup is a mile. This for birdie. How about that? Tiger can't even believe it, but despite that, he's back to earth after a 2 under 70. Tied for 4th, 8 shots back. Vijay is in the lead by 5 strokes. All right, Major League Soccer All-Star game. The Major League Soccer All-Star team taking on Fulham from the English Premier League. First half, All-Stars getting on the board. Taylor Twellman. He was the game MVP, I suppose, because he scored the first goal. The MLS All-Stars score 3 in the second half to win this one 4-1 over Fulham. The just returned NHL with their entry draft today. Check it out. It looks like they had it in the conference room of a Motel 6. Anyway, Canadian junior hockey phenom Sidney Crosby went first to the Pittsburgh Penguins. The 17-year-old Nova Scotia native was picked the Canadian Major Junior Player of the Year 2 years in a row. He's been called the most talented player in the draft since Penguins owner Mario Lemieux went in 1984. There were 8 U.S.-born players chosen in the first round, topping the American record of 7 set in 1986 and then tied in 2003.
Love your honesty there.
Well, you know, it's what it looks like. The NHL's in trouble.
It did. It really did. That's all we need to say about that. Thank you, Alex. Coming up after the break, we'll have a preview of the stories we're working on for News Channel 21 at 11. And Christian will be back with another check of your local alert weather forecast. We'll be right back.
Central Oregon's local alert weather, the most complete, accurate, and local weather coverage. It's wildfire season, and local alert weather has Central Oregon covered. We're tracking storms moving through the area, searching for lightning strikes that could spark forest fires. News Channel 21 gives you weather coverage that's on high alert for dangerous storms. Central Oregon's local alert weather. Watch it on News Channel 21.
Coming up tonight on News Channel 21 at 11, a bill requiring a prescription for pseudoephedrine products is one step away from becoming law. Tonight at 11, how it will change the way you buy cold medicine. Plus, Governor Kulongoski has made a compromise on Measure 37. Coming up tonight, how a new bill could change the current law. Finally, tonight it was the last day for kids to have fun in the sun at the Jefferson County Fairgrounds. Besides fun games, exciting rides, and good food, there was entertainment for everyone. There was an auction each night, and tonight the fair will end with a rodeo. This is an annual event for family and friends to enjoy for free. You gotta love the fair. And we have the Deschutes County Fair
I
coming
just saw they had a Philly cheesesteak place on the video.
And then your mind just went blank.
Yeah, I'm focused on that right now, but got to focus on the weather too. We have a chance of thunderstorms for tomorrow, and it could be a little bit more widespread than what we're seeing outside tonight with a few sprinkles and a few rumbles of thunder. So definitely concerned tomorrow, but look at the end result of that colder air working in Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday, looking pretty good. 84 on Monday, 85 on Tuesday, but back to the 90s by the end of the week.
All right, looks like we're going to have beautiful weather for the beginning of the fair.
Yeah, it does look pretty nice here. Lots of sun probably after Monday, so a good forecast.
All right, thank you very much, Christian. That does it for us tonight, but we'll be back here tonight at 11. We'll see you then.
Fire Alert, News Channel 21's live, complete, and continuous coverage of wildfire dangers in Central Oregon.
More than 2,000 lightning strikes were recorded in the past 3 days.
We'll show you what steps to take to protect your own home and what firefighters are looking for when choosing which homes to fight.
We have wood shakes here, and all it takes is one ember, and this roof will be afire.
They're burning the rest of the fuels between the line and the main fire.
Fire Alert, watch it on News Channel 21.
Get the full story first thing every morning in the Bulletin.